You want the blue, but you want it vein color. So this is a vein color. And you want it kind of thick, so we'll do okay. I had to take the dry piece of paint off of there. Hopefully it works now. Probably gonna have to squeeze it real hard. Oh, there we go. So, I would say that's about 5 drops. So, 5 drops. Yeah, that should be enough. So do 5 drops of blue. And we're just gonna add a little blend flow. Just like maybe 2 drops of blend flow. 5 drops of blue. 2 drops of blend flow. 1 drop of anti-bead, whatever you want to call it. We'll do 1 drop of that. We're making a witch's brew. Now the last one I made, I put a lot of translucency in here. And I can kind of see it. Sorry about the shaking, you're on my lap. But, so this is translucency again. I'm just going to add 1 to this. Just 1 drop. They all do this. Nice. I didn't want to put that much. Ooh. So, a drop. Like a literal drop. I do know graphic design. I do have a degree in it, but some things I can't do. So, so we're gonna see about the translucency, and here is my eraser if I get stuck, I guess, if I make a mistake. Okay, so now we got 5 drops of the blue and 1 drop of translucency. It's a green, but it's not a green that you would use. It's not, so it's translucent. Yeah, 5 drops of blue, 1 drop of translucency, 2 drops of blend flow, and 1 drop of anti-bead. And we're going to add our distilled water. I add by the drops so that I know how good or thick or thin or whatever. So I'm going to add 1 drop. So wait. So this I'll add 4 drops of water. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll stir it. It's a lot. So as you see, I also ordered some like those glass jars with the lid that locks the vacuum seal, because paint is expensive. This paint is expensive, so I want to save my paints in something better than nothing that's not vacuum sealed. You know, I don't want air or mold in it. And doing it in glass is better. Saving it in glass instead of plastic is better. You can clean it better. It doesn't get stained. But I'm gonna add another translucency, another drop, I guess. Because I really don't want it to be, I want it to be seen, but I don't want it to be seen. Again. I think that little bit is good because it's really a pigmented thing. So I'm a mess. Ew. This is what happens when things get stuck and then it just and then you're made to do that. I'm gonna do one more anti-bead since I made more. Okay, now you're going to take your paintbrush and you're gonna add it to here. You don't want to dab it like that. You want to put it on there so that it's not like gloppy. Kind of just filling in the holes. Okay, now it looks like a blue mushroom. So we're gonna, I have a towel because I'm sick of wasting paper towels, but if you have a paper towel, blot it down like that. And you're gonna take your doll. Gonna take your doll head. And you start in the back so that in case you don't like it. So like I could do it on that thing. You're just gonna pounce it on a little bit. We don't need as much blue, but you don't want a lot because you're gonna do red as well. So basically I use I try to just use one pouncer because I tend to overdo everything. I mean, his head's getting pretty blue. And, you know, places where blue should be or not be, you know. Look at a baby picture. That's basically what I do. I look at the baby picture and try to do the baby in that way. Okay, put too much on there. I'm gonna just use this as a cup. And this is the eraser pen. And I'm just gonna gently go over the parts that I think are too blue. I have to do this because, you know, that glopping. So it's all like, sorry, it's all water paint, so and I have my natural light on. In the ceiling, so these are just tricks of the trade. Sorry, I just can't stay where the camera is. I'm right-handed, so the camera is right here. I want blue, but not a whole lot of blue. This is like kind of like my veins that I do. You just add different depths to my work. I'm just trying to make it more subtle. Like I said, because I don't do veins. They're just too hard, and I start stripping dolls because they look ugly, and so I don't do veins. You know, people do dolls and different all the time. It's just whatever you want. Like if you want his temples to be blue, do that. But me, I mean, I kind of do, but then I don't. You just do it lightly, so you're just doing the top of places that you don't want the blue necessarily to be. This is how I do it. If somebody else taught you different, do whichever makes you most comfortable. You can't reborn a doll if you're uptight. Trust me, I know that. I've been doing this since 2013. Off and on, you know. But it gives me a purpose. You know, I did do Amazon Flex, but my back, so there went that idea. Did it for a year and a half. Sometimes I did it every day. You know, I was putting more gas in my car, and just, I love it. But my back's more important at this point, so. But you get the gist of what I'm doing. And then you can take your paintbrush. I'm just blending right now. See the blue on there? So, I don't know if I'm tripping, but to me, it look like he got veins. This one looked like a bruise. That's why I've been working on it to get it down, but I mean, he could have been bruised. Birth is traumatic for both. He could have got stuck in the pelvic region, and that's all they wrote on that. So because he has one of these things, I kind of I tried to make it blue last time, and it is kind of blue. It's like around there, and I want a little bit on here. So I was going to take my paintbrush, wipe it off as much as I can get it, and then, you know, do blue here, or okie dokie, what is that white stuff? Okay. So he has, like, you know, veins through here. Now, I'm just ad-libbing these. So you want to blend, push, blend, push, blend. You know, you're pouncing and blending at the same time. I want him to be a bald baby because me and hair don't get along, but we'll see. I'll do this side a little bit. The translucency also brings out the veins. They pop on his head. I think I made this one too dark. And with this paint, it's hard to see. So even if, like, you put some on and then you, like, take it off and you pounce it, it'll still be there a little bit. I wanted to use, like, the green and the purple and the blue, but I'm not going to do all that on him. Not yet. Not today. Probably not ever. But we have other dolls we could do. I still got to work on the Steven doll. But that's how you do that. I like to have one of my limbs, you know, the head, done before I start on the limbs, because I want to match the complexion. So basically this is just me being over protective of me doing like over blue, too much blue. So get a little more paint on my brush. And you want little bits of paint on your brush. You don't want a lot of paint on your brush. You want to pounce, push, pounce and push. Because you're blending, you have to blend it in. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way. Well, I mean, I could put this thing on my desk. It won't jiggle. It's supposed to be not moving. I'm assuming it's moving because I see it. And you don't want to have a fan on when you're doing this, because it'll dry too fast. You won't be able to blend it. Blend flow just slows the drying so that you can push your paint around where you need it. And this baby won't be shiny when he's done. So I have satin. Finish. So he's gonna be not matte, but not shiny. So in between, I guess. So I did these two, and these two I made myself. And Ultimate Fusion is really, as you see, pigmented. So it's like, I could be done with this doll and it'd be sitting for 2 hours and the paint is still dry, like it's still processing. And then I'll look at it the next day and it'll be like, oh, I didn't leave him like that, but all right. So that's why I want to make sure I don't have any bruise looking veins on his head. Oh, that's gonna be a funny one, isn't it? You can also dip your paintbrush in the water and it'll give you a little more as well. So like I could do back here on that one. And you're just pouncing it away. That's where like paint pooled on me, I guess. Well, he looks pretty I don't know what happened here, but okay. It went to his front. I'm over pouncing because I don't want it to look stupid, and I want to make sure I get all of the blue I want on here. So just basically brushing and blending, push, blend. You're gonna have a blue head. Those of you who are new, I would say use the paint before you use the brush, because you will take off all of your layers if you don't do it. If they're dry, you're not going to do it, but if they're not dry, you can take all the layers off, and then you got to play catch up with the rest of them. And it's all up to you. People be like, oh, you did it wrong, oh my gosh. No, you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it how you know how to do it. You're doing it how somebody taught you how to do it. And they have blue around here. They have blue in the corner of their eye. Then you just pounce them. You don't have to pounce it. I just know from my experience in the past, everything I did extra ruined my doll, and I had to strip it. So these dolls are, he was over $100, the kit alone. So there he is with more veins than he had when we started. More blue coloring anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this one, didn't I? Or did I? I feel like I'm going overboard now. But I want this to be darker here. Crap. If you want to experiment on a doll, basically experiment with one you don't like, and you can you can ruin that doll, not the one that you're trying to make into a doll and put into a bassinet and all that stuff. Reborning dolls is fun. I just hope he's not too blue, but I did do the transparency, so we'll see. I just don't want it to be like Harry Potter and have a... I did that to one of my dolls. I feel like she's Harry Potter's sister. But it's cute. I mean, I noticed it because I know it's there, but y'all probably wouldn't. So this is how I get my blue, like, you know, the blue veins, and, you know, I'm more into realism on these babies, but I like, when I do my fantasy dolls, I do them however the heck I want to do them. You can't tell me that a unicorn ain't pink, okay? Just saying. But he gonna be veiny-headed baby. Veiny-headed baby. Alright. Done with him. Well, his head. Yeah, I can see his little veins. Cute. Okay. Let's do an arm. Also, you don't, you know, well, I guess I need more. Excuse me. That's gastroparesis. My throat is shrinking. So it's hard for me to swallow sometimes. And you want to stir, you know, because you don't want it to settle and get paint one place but not another. Okay, so I feel like every time I do that, I'm playing bingo. Don't win the money though, but so this you're gonna lightly do. No particular pattern. Just wherever you want to see the blue come out in your doll. So this is the subtle of it. And don't go over the spots too much because it'll look like this. It'll look like Smurf. And you do too much blue or purple, and it's going to look like a baby who didn't survive, and I don't want that. So that's the blue mottle on the hand, the arm. I don't think you're going to see this on his hand. I just don't want his hand to turn purple. So it gives it like another depth of skin tone, skin layer. You could do it with any color you want. like I said, blue, purple, green is the vein colors. So this is it. I'm done putting it over here so it could dry. Now we're going to do the other hand, the other arm. Sorry, I had to get comfortable in my chair. So we're going to do the second arm. You always want to do, if you are disabled like me, okay? You always want to do an arm and an arm. And if you need to stop to rest, at least if you fall asleep or, you know, you can have two arms that match. And then you could go back to the, but I didn't get no blue. You can go back and like the next day you can have your 2 feet, you know, the same color consistency in case you have to remake your color. His hands are not orange, they're pink, but like use the side. So it looks like he's got the veins in his hand. Now, people do blue mottling and they do the veins. Again, I don't do veins. This is how I make my veins, or my, you know, blue skin tone, because, you know, we all have that. Unless you're a dark baby. But I like how it happened on his. I didn't put any more paint on this, so I used this one for both arms and hands. So I think making like a skin tone is my favorite part. Okay, I did too much over this one. I don't know if you could see. Now, you have to use your eraser brush. Basically, when you make a mistake, don't think about it, because 3 minutes drying time, you know. So I want the blue to look natural. This is going to be too long, so I'll do the red mottling. You can skip this part and just do the red, but... And I hang it to dry. I want to do the inner, his hand like I did that one. Excuse me, I burped like, that wasn't a dinosaur. I burped like a dinosaur because the hiatal hernia that I have. I would probably win some sort of contest. What you doing, Nani? What are you doing, baby? Nani gets tired of me doing this and wants me to cuddle with her in the bed. Don't you? You do, my baby. Okay, so the hand is done. I put just a little blue in there, just dotted as you saw. You're fine. Nobody's here. Maybe your sister came home. Now for the feet. What? When I'm done. Alright, so we're going to do the foot. So this is how much I have left. Okay, we're going to start here, like the back of the leg. So same with the hands, you're going to do the you're just going to do the pattern, whatever you feel you want. This is really a lot. And you don't have to have this eraser brush. You can just wet your sponge and take off wherever you need to take off. So like this. And he looked like he got bruises because it was too much. So pat about twice. It looked like bruises. I don't like that look. It's not as dark now. This is why I do natural light. Well, everybody should be doing that, because you can see better where and what you're doing. Then if you have a yellow or blue light, everything's going to be messed up. Colors aren't going to look right. So, trust me, I've done it. The other leg won't take this long because I won't do what I did this one. This didn't pounce it twice. Thought I would lose more paint, but guess I needed to, huh? Gonna make blue here. You want to pounce it so you're blended it in. Oops, sorry. I always think the camera's here because I'm right-handed. I don't think that's good enough for this leg. I love how his foot looks so real. Okay, that one's done. Yeah, I'm gonna make another video for the mottle, the red, because this is already too long. This part is on my nerves, like, just why can't we dip it? We can't dip it because it's gonna be too much. I'm gonna blot it twice. Okay. This step should only take you a few minutes. I'm just going ahead and making the changes as I see them. If you're new, you don't have to do that, but if you don't want to spend your whole time stripping dolls, not only drinking hot water, so this one is more subtle than the first one I did, the first leg. get like pieces of this sometimes. Okay, so this one. So again, you're blending by pouncing and pushing. Pounce and push, pounce and push. Usually the mottling is what you do last before anything else. have a camera I bought, and it's a 4K HD camera. Now I gotta get I guess the review said I had to get a microphone for it. So I don't know, because people can't hear you on there. So I got a tripod coming tomorrow for it. And then when I get a bigger memory card, then it'll be good. Oh goodness. So this is the blue mottle, and you're going to want to do the red the same way. So if you don't want to watch the red video, then do whatever red, pink, whatever color you want your spots to be. You don't want them red because you don't want it to look like the baby got measles. So I'm gonna probably put some transparency on that too, because I don't want it to like overtake the baby. But you don't have to do all this. This is just me and my perfectionism. So yeah, you can do your doll any way you want. Don't let nobody tell you different. I was listening to the Karens of the Reborn world, and there was only one way to do it, which was their way, and it was just so frustrating. So you do what you want to do with your doll. You know, if you think it needs blue everywhere, then make it blue. But I mean, it's all a learning lesson. So Reborn dolls ain't for the weak, let me tell you that. But we shouldn't underestimate ourselves, because I never thought I'd be teaching anybody how to do it all on YouTube, you know. So I always wanted to, I just didn't have the courage to. And then I got the courage to. So y'all making it good. So you want to do the blue first, because you want the blue to be like the undertone, like the mottling. Looks like a vein there. You also want your mottling sponge to be kind of on the firmer side, not the soft side. Okay, well that's that. I'll set him up and let you see. Okay, here he is. His feet are not orange, they're pink, but it's subtle, you could see it. The little veins, a little blue. So you want the blue to be less noticeable than the red. So look at my red mottling video. And then we'll get his nails done and, you know, like his lips some more, just outline them and maybe put some eyelashes. But these are the last steps to your doll being done. So I have ordered the pantyhose and the weight pellets, doll stuffing I got off of Amazon. That'll be here tomorrow. So he'll be hopefully stuffed by the end of the week. Hopefully he'll be done and we can move on. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like. And like if you like it. If not, then don't. Okay? Thanks. Bye.